result on the scoreboard. How happy were you with the performance?
Yeah, we were happy. I mean, first game, there's always going to be a little bit of rust, some skill set stuff that we can tidy up and get a bit more rhythm to our game, I guess. But all in all, against a tough opposition, you see how physical they are. For us to keep the ball moving and keep it fast for long periods was encouraging. I thought, from a line-out perspective, certainly defensive line-out, we started really getting on top in the second half. Scrum was on top, so we were realistic around all the changes they made, etc. But yeah, all in all, happy with the start.
Can you give us an update on Brett Cameron?
Yeah, it didn't look good. I'm not fully sure. It's definitely his knee. It's not his knee that he done his ACL. It's the other knee. So yeah, he's off to. I think he went off to hospital, to be fair. But yeah, it didn't look good. Yeah, really disappointing if it's as bad as what it looked,
Especially for him as well.
Yeah, 100. It's yeah. I mean, he worked so bloody hard last year to do a 5.5-month ACL return. He's in great condition. He had an awesome pre-season. He's been leading the team really well. So it's a hammer blow to him. It'll take a wee bit of sinking in. We'll need to get around him if it's serious.
What do you make of the performance of your wingers? One got a hat trick, and the other one probably could have given the pass the ball.
Yeah, the other one wouldn't have got a hat trick if he'd scored that one. So yeah, I mean they're different, aren't they? Like Josh is all action around the field. He pops up in little spaces when there's line breaks. He obviously shifted to fullback and still played well. So he's a real that flexibility to have somebody that can just jump to the back straight away is helpful. And yeah, Fihi's obviously a power winger. He breaks tackles, often, and he's. I think the part that maybe people underestimate with Fihi will be his defensive game. CJ and him have done an amazing job of becoming a really strong defender in 15s. So he doesn't look like it's his second season only, does it? So yeah, they played well.
It's with I guess it's what Simon Jordie coming back and signing Moana, but you must be pretty happy when you were able to get Josh back from France because you're probably pretty gutted when he left.
Yeah, we wanted him to stay. We offered him a contract at the time, but the Euro's tempting, isn't it? So, but yeah, it's funny how the world works. We kept in touch. He's a good man, and it's another good example that you never burn bridges. So he didn't burn any with us, we didn't burn any with him, and we're both reaping that reward tonight.
Yeah, it was enjoyable. We actually train really well during the week. It's hard to, I guess, simulate a game-like situation, but I think the strength of our squad is we really test each other and compete at training, and our boys set us up well tonight. But I think credit to Moana as well. Tana trusted their deeper squad as well. They had a massive win in Fiji, which not many teams do. So to be honest, we weren't sure what we were going to get tonight, but we knew we were going to get a team that didn't go away, and that's what happened.
And as teammates, how hard is it to put that immediately behind you in the game?
Yeah, I mean, it's a sick feeling when you see a good mate of yours go down and the green whistle, and it's a gutting blow to him after the injury history he's had, and he works so hard, and he's very important to our squad. We saw the difference he made at the back end of last year when he come back, and with Ruben being out, we need our 10s. So just first off, just disappointed as a mate, and gutted actually.
Clark, how did you feel like coming up and adjusting to the team?
Yeah, good. Yeah, I mean, he's another one. He wasn't even contracted last year, and I think everybody forgets. He came as injury replacement, played 10 games, all at fullback. He has obviously played a lot of club rugby at 10, but it's a few notches up from club rugby. So I thought he adjusted well. I think there'll be some good stuff there around our kicking game, and when we had momentum, or how do we use it when we lost momentum. So there'll be a couple of little things there for him to have a look at. But all in all, he's electric fast. So if he gets a half break, he's gone. So once he gets really comfortable there, people have to respect his speed. If he's turning the corner of a group of forwards or counter attack, from the back of a bad kick, then yeah, his speed's a true asset.
Warner as well, starting a little bit scrappy with the 2 line-outs.
Yeah, and he'll get better and better. I think there's been a lot of noise around him. He's 23. He's not played any rugby in New Zealand any other player, you would be imagining it's going to take him a long time to get up to speed. So I think he showed tonight that it's not going to take him that long. There's definitely areas around the physicality and Super Rugby that he's going to have to get his head around and his shoulders around. But yeah, we're enjoying him in the team. He's quite a quiet character, but we're enjoying him.
Like you lay now the 2 weeks or
Yeah.
a good time to go in the season for the team building and
Yeah.
Get the boys together.
Yeah, it's always nice to go at the start of the year. You know, the players come in a little bit later, say the All Blacks, etc. So getting on the road, being in a hotel, usually allows you, good time. We do all the training here next week, so we don't go over to Fiji until the Thursday afternoon, play Saturday, and then we're straight to Sydney on the Sunday morning. So it's a flying visit to Fiji, but a 6-day turnaround into the Waratahs. So it's a real tricky little 2-game block. So we've put a lot of thinking into that. We've done a lot of heat prep with the amazing facility we've got at NZCIS, and yeah, we'll be ready to go next week. We're really looking forward to it.
Jordie, you all said at a Leinster sabbatical that it was to make you a better rugby player. Do you feel a better rugby player as you start Super Rugby 2026?
Yeah, hopefully. The jury might still be out after a couple of kicks tonight, but no, look, I certainly feel like I've learned more, and now it's just about transferring it onto the pitch. It's one thing growing your game understanding, but it's another thing performing, and I'm going to try to do that every game this year. I've had a good few weeks back in with the squad post New Year and got in a little bit earlier than normal, so I feel like I'm in a good spot, and just enjoying being back in New Zealand. I've got a lot I want to achieve in New Zealand and for the Hurricanes, and I'm really excited about where the direction this team's going.
Clark said during the week that you'd come back quite curious. Is that a good way of describing it? Are you now thinking more about the game of rugby and why things are being done, and what you did in the Leinster week can bring back here, and vice versa?
Yeah, in some ways, I mean, it's nice just to get a reassurance that you're doing things well here and you work out things that you don't need, but also just the understanding of you don't really need to think about everything. The game's still the game of rugby, and just trying to work out what you do really well and trusting yourself in that and what you need throughout a week. So my job's still to perform well. We've got a great bunch of leaders here at the Canes, and we're getting coached well. So it's an exciting group that we've got, and it's going to be a nice little challenge on the road now to really see where we're at.
Is anyone back like to take Fiji or Sydney?
Yeah, I think Izzy be available. Pussy should be available. So Pussy and Loyal both play tomorrow for the Hunters team, so they could both become available. There's guys like Nani Punavai going to get his first rugby, so he had an injury pre-Christmas. So there's quite a few guys playing tomorrow that will stick their hand up for selection, and taking 27 obviously. I think like the Dupes won't be ready for Fiji, but could be ready for the Waratahs. So we'll try and work out who we take on the road, because we're not training over there. It's not like you need to think about your training as such. So yeah, it's encouraging to say. Real disappointment for BC tonight. The rest of the injuries are just niggles, really. Ruben's is slightly more than a niggle, but the rest of the guys should be back in the next 2 weeks.